weather squarely in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
From the 31, Lance. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. After the interception, here's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Here's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll give him a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a 3rd and goal.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson rolling to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Weather like this, always treacherous for kickers. A good sign early, though, as he's able to put that one through.
And you remember him right before the kick stomping around his area to make sure that things were going to hold for his plant foot, and it did.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now this rivalry, Charles, the Seahawks and Niners, really one of the best in the NFL. So many great games in the last decade or so between these two. Where does this one rank for you in terms of best rivalries of, let's say, the 21st century?
I'm so glad you phrased it that way because we look back on some of the best rivalries in the NFL. We're talking about traditional rivalries like Bears-Packers. But here in the 20.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Faking the give to Mostert. Now Lance. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Seahawks are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the flow. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still going to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
To throw again is Wilson. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport. They say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas.
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
A Mostert, a first down carry. This will wind up only getting him a couple. And it'll bring up second down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Flush to his right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Now Lance. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. On second and 11 now. Lance escaping the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as he gets this up past the 30.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, second and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's complete. Hits Carson out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't. Here's a diving catch right side. 23 yards on the play.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mostert. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Mostert. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on 2nd down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers get a score close. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And Lance now to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Returnable for Lockett. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different...
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first half lead. For DK Metcalf, we know all about that sprinter speed that he has. It was definitely on display there as he's able to pick up good yardage after the catch. Myers connects on the PAT, and the route is on here in this first half.
49ers 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But he's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 32 that time.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. He'll swing this out to Mostert. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. On play action, Lance. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, Lance. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10 now from the 27. Throwing now is Lance. That's swung out to Mostert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Now Lance again. Flushed out right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Niners get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Gold with the extra point, and that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he'll just get rid of it.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carson. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Now it's Wilson. Steps away. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Nice throw. Big man catches the football for a first down, and that big man, that's DK Metcalf, the 9th receiver taken in the 2019 draft class. I think if we redid it, he might very well be the first one off the board. 83 catches for 1,300 yards last year.
Now Wilson on first down. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. On first down, Wilson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. As time expires in the first half. And the Seahawks would extend their lead here just before halftime. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Carson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
First down.
Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.